Hello, people. Welcome back into the niche. I'm Colin Nitcher. This is your daily look at fitness, motivation, and sports news around the world, paired with the best picks you can find on the internet, according to me today. Took a little bit of a break. We've been gone for a few days. That was unintentional. It started with getting a little backed up with day to day tasks, paired into a day off, paired into a weekend. Nonetheless, here we are. We're back. It's Monday, February 20th, 2023. And I got some good stuff today, including but not limited to the fact that I had a fairly fun, if not slightly successful, weekend of sports betting in college basketball. But we'll get into that here in a second when we get into our parlay partay section. We'll start with fitness. All you need to know fitness wise is that it's been really good and consistent for me. Hope it has been for you as well. I've officially transitioned out of 5x5 block training into a more endurance minded 3x10 sets, going from working on the pure strength of a lift into some more of that endurance in a lift. And the greatest example is something I've already done, which is when you do 5 heavy squats, not that bad, tough, taxing, but it's more hard lifting than it is just wiping you out. When you get up, when I get up at least, maybe this is the same for everybody, maybe it's not. When I get up into 10 repetitions of any lift, let alone a back squat, I just get beat up. So it's good for me. And that's why I do it. That's why I'm switching into it, is because I know that I need it. It's good for my body to not only switch up the stimulus in that way, but also just because it's so hard, it's something that I know I probably need to do a little bit more of. That's at least a belief that I have around fitness, I suppose. So excited to keep going on that. And after this endurance block, which I'll do for 3 or 4 rounds of the different days of lifts that I have, we'll get into more of a performance mindset with more jumps, more um, twists, more lunges, different mobility, movement, and a little less singular plane type of movement. So beautifully put, Colin. We're moving on. Fitness has been good. I hope it has been for you too. Drop below in the comments what you've been up to in the gym. Sports news, there's just a couple things, probably a ton more that I've missed, but the highlights in my head: Eric Bieniemy officially a Washington Commander offensive coordinator. I can't remember if the last time we had an episode that was official news or not, but he is now a Washington Commander, and I think all of Chiefs Kingdom is rooting for him. I think there's going to be a lot of Chiefs fans hoping to see a Washington team that at least has a really rock solid offense this next season. So rooting for you, EB. Keep it up, and I hope that goes really, really well there in Washington. Man, I think they probably have some weapons over in Washington, but again, I can't imagine jumping from Super Bowl champions to Washington Commanders in the same exact role that you were in. But good on you, Eric. Go get one, buddy. The the XXL kicked off. The XFL officially kicked off this weekend. The Rock was wearing his goofy game ready jersey, gave a riveting speech before the first game. One of the quarterbacks in the XFLs, I can't say that, FFL, XFL, XFL, already crying in his post game interview because he's so emotional to have this opportunity. And you know what? Good for those guys. They probably at some point thought their football playing career was done, whether they made it to the NFL or didn't make it to the NFL. But now they're getting this chance to make a paycheck, playing the game that they love, in front of a bunch of people watching. I don't know what the official numbers were, but it seemed like everybody on the internet was enjoying their time watching. I only got to watch little snippets here and there, but good on you, XFL. Hope that it continues to go well. Hope that you're successful. I think it's only good and fun for sports to have more competition and more leagues in that way. So that's pretty cool. My team, the St. Louis Battlehawks, did get a win, and they did so by using all of the weird new rules in the XFL. There's a new 1-3 extra point rule. There's a new onside kick. Instead of onside kicking, you try to convert a 4th and 15. I don't know what the penalty necessarily is for if you don't convert it. So maybe in one of the future episodes, as that gets more and more popular, more and more steam, we'll take a look at some of those new rules, some of the different ways that the XFL is slicing the game of football compared to the NFL, because I think, again, I saw some talk that a lot of people really enjoyed what they saw and what was going on this weekend. So pretty cool, pretty fun. Hopefully it stays that way and stays pretty good. The NBA All-Star game happened. Max McClung, I think is his name, won the dunk contest and just like blew everybody away. There's a pretty cool clip of Shaq telling him before the dunk contest. I should have pulled it up and shared it in this video. Maybe I'll try to remember to do that tomorrow. But the Shaq was telling him, "Hey, buddy, nobody knows your name, so go out there and don't miss a freaking dunk and put on a show." And the kid did. He had some incredible dunks. His jumps are amazing, and he stole the show by far. And then the game, of course, happened, and I didn't watch any of it, but I heard somebody say that it was a lot like the NBA with less defense, which I don't know. I don't know, man. Let's talk about bets. This weekend was fun. I was just playing around with some different things. One of those things was felt really good about like 8 different basketball games. So I put in a little 8-leg parlay. I think the odds were plus 32,000 or something crazy like that. And I went 6 for 6 and then lost the last 2, which is just how sports betting goes, of course. But was pretty fun. Just felt really good about those bets and the fact that I was able to hit 6 of 8, which is the odds of that are even pretty slim. You know, you wish hindsight I would have just done those 6, but who knows? That's how it goes. Another thing I got into was how round robin betting works. Again, kind of new to this deal, learning the ins and outs, but got to begin playing with how a round robin bet works and was able to win a couple bets by using that yesterday. And we'll get into some more round robins. I don't exactly know how to feature them here in the parlay partays, other than you can assume if I ever do a bet that's 4 or more legs, even 3 or more legs from time to time, I'm probably also going to sprinkle in a round robin with that parlay, because the gist of it is if you have a 4-leg parlay and only 3 legs hit in a round robin, if you bet the 3s, then you still win on those 3 hitting together. So it's kind of like just betting a bunch of different parlays together, in the sense slightly increasing your odds of hitting and winning at least something. So that was kind of fun. Excited to learn more and more about the ins and outs of that. As far as today's parlay partay, I feel only okay about it. The reason I only feel a little bit okay about it is because I'm only picking Big 12 games tonight. There aren't any other games that I felt like I had any good pulse on, so I didn't want to get into any of that. My history so far, especially with like the games on Saturday, I seem to only pick ones that I had some reason to think, whether I'd watched that team play or whatever, that like, oh yeah, this is probably going to happen here or there or there. So I've only picked Big 12 games tonight, and the reason I hate that is because I just hate picking the Big 12 right now. One of the ones I missed on Saturday was the Baylor KU game. I really thought Baylor would play a close game, and the pain of that game is the fact that Baylor was up by a gajillion points in the first half and then got outscored by a gajillion points in the second half. And the Big 12 just keeps going up and down, up and down. TCU loses 3-4 bad games in a stretch, comes back with one player who's back from an injury. Yeah, he's one of their best players, but he comes back and they beat Oklahoma State by 25. What? Just crazy things like that. I hate betting on the Big 12. Nonetheless, I've only got 2 Big 12 games, but it is a 3-leg partay. Looking at plus 552 on the day. And here's what we got. I should split this into sections so I can reveal it one at a time, but I didn't. It's all in one, so here it is. We're looking at Oklahoma State playing at West Virginia. I think they'll cover a plus 4.5. No great reason for that other than the fact that they're a little bit better than West Virginia this year. They're very similar in their last 5-ish games on how they've been playing against similar teams. Oklahoma State just got destroyed by TCU, and I think in this league, their attitude will be like, we're going to go prove ourselves that we're not a team who gets laced by 25 points. We're a good team with fight. And I think they'll show up with some heart tonight and cover plus 4.5 at West Virginia. I'm looking at TCU minus 1.5 over KU. I hate this pick because I bet against KU in my 8-leg parlay on Saturday, and they ruined that for me. But they're at TCU. TCU just had a massive win. They've got their best player back. They've got some of that energy, that excitement going again that they seemed to play with 4, 5, 6 games ago before that player got injured. I apologize for not knowing his name off the top of my head. But I think they host KU tonight, and I don't need them to win big. I need them to win by 2. I think they will. KU has not been unstoppable this year. KU's been really good in their past few games. So I think this will be a fight, and I think TCU will cover. I hate betting on the Big 12. Don't bet this parlay. Please don't bet this parlay. You'll lose money. Don't bet this parlay. But it's my picks for the night. And then to add a third leg, I felt decent about this one too. Cut that. Put it in the video tomorrow. KU at TCU going over 149.5. One of the reasons I feel really good about this now is I've seen the line move to 151, 152, and I got it at 149.5. So that's a good sign that the money seems to be coming in on the over pretty heavy, so that they're moving it like that. And I got it a little early. So fingers crossed. These teams have been scoring points. TCU, when their full steam, is just absolutely murderous up and down the court. KU can put the ball in the basket. So I like this. 3-leg parlay, plus 552. 2 games, 3 picks, all Big 12. That record's probably going to 1-8 tomorrow. But if it doesn't, we're partying back here on Tuesday at the Niche. So thank you guys for hanging out. I hope these hit today. Parenting advice, I don't have any. Be a great parent. You're the best. Parenting is the best job in the world, so keep it up and do amazing work. I can't thank you guys enough for watching. This has been The Niche with Colin Nitcher, and happy Monday. Let's have a good week. I'll see you guys back in here tomorrow. See ya. I said see ya real low like I was going to say peace, but I didn't say peace. Instead of peace, I said see ya.